Okay, I think I have everything in order. What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's Burke, aka Dansway here, and welcome to a new Final Fantasy X adventure on the channel, in which we are going to be watching the intro to Final Fantasy X for 3 hours straight on loop. How's that? That's the stream for today. That's what I got. It's all the April Fool's Day activities today. I'm sure some of you have already noticed the 24/7 stream today. We decided to have a little bit of fun. It's something we cooked up yesterday, me and the mod squad. Like every year when it's April Fool's Day, I have a little bit of a... Like I fire out a few ideas like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we did this? Or wouldn't it be cool if we did that? And I kind of end up never doing any of them. And this year I was kind of like, nah, why don't we just actually do something for a change? And so... yeah, I did trick you guys a little bit, and I changed the title and the thumbnail of the 24/7 stream to Kingdom Hearts 1. And it's definitely been causing some funny scenes in the chat since this morning. So yeah, that's some stuff about that, but more about today's stream. What are we actually doing? So yes, as the title and thumbnail would suggest, the thumbnail does indeed have a couple of distractions, but hopefully you guys would have seen that it is every enemy has Auto-Haste. Now, the interesting thing I think about this is just that we talk about haste and Auto-Haste so much in this game, especially like when you move on to the post-game and you're making like ultimate armors and all of this kind of thing. And it's always like Auto-Haste almost always feels like a must. It's so powerful, you know, the things that it can do, all of that kind of business. And we're always the kind of the ones to benefit from it, right? And we've played mods, for example, at this stage we've had like the P. Birdman mod, we're playing through the Carifian mod. And obviously, you know, through modded playthroughs, you get to experience a little bit more of what enemies look like if they're a bit more hasted and they're a bit more quick. But I kind of wanted to take it a step further and look at what happens when everything is auto-hasted. And I actually got inspired from the idea from actually an Elden Ring challenge that I saw. Because as I've mentioned a few times, I am a big fan of watching Elden Ring challenges. I've seen like tens of them, I'd say, over the last like 2 or 3 years. And one of the challenges that one of the guys did was like Elden Ring, but everything's 200% faster. And I thought it was like a brilliant idea because obviously it's such a timing game. And I was like, holy shit, like how possible is it if everything's twice as fast in a game like Elden Ring? And I thought, well, at the end of the day, you could apply basically the same idea to Final Fantasy X. It would be very different. Maybe we need to do like 2 times speed on attack reels or something to balance that side of it out, the timing side. But in terms of pure mechanics, I definitely thought it'd be very interesting, and so I wanted to give it a go. And basically, back in the day, this is the kind of thing where if, say, 5 years ago I had this idea, like there'd just be no chance of me doing it. It would just be, hey, this might be cool. But like nowadays, I actually have a bit more of a chance of actually making it happen, thanks to people like Carifian, who is a modder extraordinaire. And I asked him a while back, actually, I think we're going to do the arranged soundtrack this time. I always go original, but we're going to do arranged this time. So, yeah, I think I've done a lot of content and streams at this stage with the original soundtrack. So we're going to go with arranged this time around. Let's do that. I want to get like the scenes kind of going here so that I can actually start to like talk about things. Yeah, so... as I was saying, like that stuff, I think now is much more possible. And so I think it was a few months ago when I first asked Carifian, I was like, look, I got this idea. Is it something that would be like, this would take me weeks and weeks and months? It's like a really, like it sounds very simple at face value, but in terms of the actual modding, it's very difficult to do. And Carifian said, like, it doesn't seem too hard. Like, if you ever do want to go for something like this, let me know. And I held off. And once we got to the end of sort of the live stream stuff that we were working on, basically, I thought actually this might be an interesting thing to pursue. So Carifian was nice enough to cook this one up for me, and we can now give this a go and see how it's going to go. So that's the general idea. It is very simple. It's almost like attack only in that sense, where the premise is very simple. It's just every enemy has auto haste, but of course it's such a fundamental change to the way the mechanics work in the game that it could have profound changes to how you experience the game. And so, yes, Carifian is correct. I need to actually... I think once I'm done with this, I'll put a link in the description in the VODs and that kind of thing. So if you are interested in trying this yourself, it's public, and you can all give it a go. And I'm sure anyone who does will probably get far ahead of me, because we're only going to be doing like 3 hours every 2 weeks So it'll take quite a lot of time to get through this one. But get through it, hopefully we shall. So that's generally the idea for this one. I'm definitely curious to see how it's going to play out. And well, because I have been playing a lot of modded stuff, we did like the randomizer, we did, well, I'm still working on Creathian's mod. I think it's still kind of nice to go back a little bit to a little bit more vanilla stuff.
Listen
like, yes,
to my story.
The enemies are faster, but
This
should be
may be our last chance.
should be closer to vanilla. Does this mean you can't use the spell slow? Yes, this is correct. That's also another kind of layer to this. So the first layer is that the enemies have Auto-Haste. And the second layer is because they have Auto-Haste, you can't slow them down either. Like, they're going to stay hasted. And so, yeah. I think I might throw in a few polls during this stream for like a few aspects, because there's a few things about it that I'm kind of not sure how to tackle. And I'll see what you guys think about it. Tried to fast forward, realized it was live. Yeah, it's live. Can you use haste on yourself? Yeah, you can. I mean, I feel like that's the kind of thing where we should kind of still have all of the tools that we have. But I think therein, I think KH already started to hint at kind of the quote-unquote problem, potentially. It's the kind of thing where obviously you can, I think, overcome a lot of this thing by just leveling up higher and just being faster anyway. Because obviously it's all about relative speed, right? So the enemy's obviously going to be much quicker, but if you're playing in a way where you're much stronger in terms of your levels, you're just much faster, then obviously it's gonna still end up making it look a lot more similar to vanilla than it would. So I think the first question is, do we try and do this like no sphere grid for as long as possible? I mean, it could be interesting. Might be very, very impossible in certain bits. I don't know. But it could be quite interesting to kind of give it a go like that for as long as we can. Because even own sphere grid, I feel like, because you can use haste yourself. Either we ban the use of haste, like we kind of just do like own sphere grid. And we ban the use of haste on ourselves, maybe. We should add another layer and slow yourself. Yeah, I think that would be, especially for the early game, I think that would be too much. I don't think you could haste the enemy and slow yourself at the same time. So, I don't know. We'll kind of take it as it comes. Creathian says, I think doing a casual playthrough would be more fun for the most part, but it's your call. So, I'm going to put a poll on this one. So, anyone that's in the chat or watching, maybe you guys can have your say in this one. So, let's see what you guys think. I'm going to type this up quickly. And for now, at least, I'll just go with the majority. I think we can definitely do things like not escaping from random encounters, because obviously random encounters will be some of the most difficult stuff here. Staying away with summons, attack reels. Yeah, try and get, like, not use some of the most obviously broken stuff. No evade encounter. Random encounters, no experience. Man, I want random encounters to give me experience. Like, I've played through the Masters mod enough that I'm kind of like, I miss getting my AP points for random encounters, but we'll see. It's pretty tight. 43, 57. Okay, I'm going to move things along just so that we can start to get to like the first battle and stuff.
Can you sign this?
No problem.
Dark Anima knows for a good challenge, but Dark Anima has Auto-Haste. Let's just... Haste this.
Alrighty.
Me too!
Take it easy.
Yeah, I think for this one, I genuinely like don't really know how it's going to play out, so I would just like to see what's going to happen first, and then we'll kind of make a decision.
Of course.
True, it does.
Good luck tonight!
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll do this. That will mean
Reject.
it was for you, okay? What seat?
He's blocking the front row.
Is it Hastius or Hastius? Because it's to do with haste, obviously. My head is like Hastius. Or Hastus.
Well, gotta go.
Not has to.
Cheer for me.
2, 3. Teach us how to blitz.
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after.
Maybe tonight, well...
You can't tonight.
Wow, the voting is close, man.
I mean, tomorrow.
Almost 50-50.
Promise?
Promise.
Mustangas, that's a nice suggestion, but if an enemy has auto-haste, you can't just come in and slow them. Auto-hasted enemies can't be slowed. So, yeah, what you're saying, obviously, First Strike is great, and it's going to help in this challenge, but you can't just come in and slow stuff. No sphere grid until your first game over. I feel like stuff like Sin Spawn Gui, like, just even thinking ahead to that, like, that would be really brutal. With no sphere grid already, like you could be stuck on that for ages.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jecht, gone, vanished into thin air.
Does anyone think this is Oren's voice
My
actor?
dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jecht all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa, didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jecht Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year, he's become the team's number one player.
Definitely sounds like Oren to me.
He's Jecht's blood and the new hope of Blitzball. What kind of super...
Make way, make way!
Yeah, it seems like most people agree it could be
Coming
Oren's
through,
voice actor.
sorry. Hey, I'm gonna be late.
I mean, it's a pretty good choice for any kind of narration
Hey,
work.
let go of me.
Yeah, in terms of someone mentioned, like, if you do no sphere grid, obviously the later you go, it's just going to get really annoying with like farming items and stuff. And I agree. And I think if, let's just say, we do a little bit of no sphere grid stuff and we make some progress, it's the kind of thing where I can definitely use some streamer license to just, you know, save me some time. Shouldn't be slowest. If I end up doing a challenge in the future where everyone is slowed instead of the others are hasted or some combination, I think just having the word haste in the title is just a bit easier for me to immediately identify which save it is. I think just having the word haste in his name just easier to identify when I'm scrolling through the billions of saves. And well, technically he isn't slowed either, so I can haste him in this playthrough. Ultima Buster 92. Yeah, it's going to take a very long time before we get to Ultima Buster, but maybe we will in this playthrough, and when we do, you'll feel even more at home. I'm looking forward to Dark Sheev already. That's true. I think it's going to be a weird case of like the very early game is going to be quite a spike, and then in the mid game as your options start to expand, it will start to get easier again and it'll feel more normal, and then maybe it'll start to spike again when you get later, depending if you say keep like own sphere grid and that kind of thing. First strike will be vital. This is true. I was thinking about stuff like Extractor. If you're doing no sphere grid, I don't know if Extractor is even possible. It's auto-hasted, because one of the big strats for that one is Obviously trying to slow it down if you can. So Carithian, you do have mod status on the channel, so if you want to post a link to this mod in the chat, you can definitely do it. Voidling did manage to do it. So Voidling's working on the Auto-Haste mod. Yeah, there you go. Carithian's posted a link for anyone who wants to mess around with this mod. Ah, nice. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Voidling is one of like the absolute OG challenge runners. Like he's in that sense, he's one of my favorites. He's done a lot of really awesome challenges, really high level stuff, like stuff that hadn't been done before, basically, like super high level shit.
What are you doing here?
And he does have YouTube content too, so definitely
What are you talking about?
definitely check his stuff out. He's very like unknown and very underrated, but I've mentioned him a few times in the past. And if you want to see some crazy ass challenges, then you can go for it. And yeah, he's literally, apparently he's doing this challenge right here, and he's added no sphere grid, no summon, no trio, no escape, no encounters, Auto-Haste mod. So that's the kind of levels that we're talking about for this guy. We're wondering, like, should we even try no sphere grid? And apparently he's already beaten Extractor, which I was like, maybe Extractor's not possible? I don't know. So there's levels to this game, and Voidling is pretty much at the very top, so definitely worth checking him out. But that does motivate me. If he's made it that far, then that's a sign. But I'm not here trying to like one-up anybody. Like we're just going to try and have fun and just see like how this stuff works and just figure it out.
Huh?
Wow, the poll literally went 50-50.
Begins.
Shit. That was close.
What?
Don't cry.
Yeah, this is after we find out everything's auto-hasted. Don't cry. Your vote will be the deciding vote. Then I abstain from voting for now.
What the?
I'm gonna, basically I will be no sphere grid for a little bit and then just kind of see how it looks.
Hey, wait! Hey, not this way.
Look.
Yes, the real final boss ads. Sorry guys. Final haste to see.
Sin.
Oh, I like final haste to see. I always love that we called it Sin Line Super. What I wanted to do this time also was not put cutscene remover in there. It does get a little bit annoying with the soundtrack sometimes, and it can cause a few things to still break now and then. And at least it still gives me a little bit of downtime to just kind of look at the chat and just hang out and enjoy the scenes and stuff as well. So I think for this one, we've been doing a lot of cutscene remover playthroughs, so I want to kind of have them back for a bit. I've missed the cutscenes.
Take it.
Woofy, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, the story's alright. It's pretty good.
A gift from Jet.
My old man?
I hope you know how to use it.
Orin is just so damn cool, especially at the start of this game. He always is, but he just really oozes the badass. Okay, here we go.
Don't matter. We cut through.
Oh, here we go. So it gave people time to hopefully get in, and we are officially getting started now. Speedy Sin Scales. Now, I think what I wanted to do, I actually have it up, but I want to actually get it up on my phone instead. I wanted to have the P. Birdman Ultimate Companion Guide up for this one, since we are playing against, other than Haste, they're all kind of vanilla status. So basically I'd like to kind of keep a track of what enemies' agility and stuff is, just so I can get more of an idea of how fast they are and what we're working with. It's not going to matter too much for this one, but just as a general thing, I want to have it up. Okay. So yeah, just as another thing, also someone did ask, did you rename any of the monsters for this mod? As far as I know, Carithian can definitely confirm here, but basically it is just a very, very simple mod in the sense of it's just every enemy has auto-haste turned on all the time kind of thing. There's no other mechanical changes, there's no... nothing else has changed as far as I'm aware. So, made minor adjustments so certain enemies don't lose it based on their AI. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So that's generally what to expect. So let's begin things with the first fights of the game. And yes, just to confirm, they do indeed have haste. I've got the Untitled Fantasy X thing where the permanent sensor's always on, but you can see, just in case anyone was curious. It's no joke, they already do have haste. For example, Penance sets his haste status to last for 1 turn when hitting phase 2. I removed that so that he stays auto-hasted. Yeah, okay. That kind of stuff makes sense. Easy mod so far. No problem.
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
Okay. Pretty sure that for this segment of the game, like the Dreams Anakin very early segment, it shouldn't matter. Like, there should be pretty much no danger here. Damn, immediately in with the technical questions. Does Varuna still cast haste? Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't already kind of looking forward to auto-haste Penance. Because that's one of those where it kind of doesn't matter what your stats are. Like, you already basically fight Penance with max stats anyway. But he's going to be auto-hasted this time. You can't kind of over-level for him. So, it'd be very interesting. Yeah, honestly, expect the unexpected. Especially if we're going to go no Sphere Grid for a while. Like, there could be very unexpected scenarios that could be very, very troublesome.
Get out of my town!
Some can't wait to die.
There we go. And yeah, I think Auron and Lulu have had generally a pretty good time. Like, Auron was awesome in the randomizer, and Lulu was as well. And Lulu's become very useful in the Carithian mod as well. So I think this one, potentially, depending on how it goes, they might have to take a bit more of a back seat. We'll have to see. Let's start with this. I haven't done this overdrive in forever. Ifrit versus Shiva. Oh yeah, well, Belgamine's Aeons, I don't even know if you can beat them. But thankfully those are fights that you don't have to win. It's fine. Yeah, so getting 2 turns in a row against us here. But obviously you can't do anything other than Demi, so obviously this part of the game is still exactly the same. You're one of those who really likes to see streamers suffer, huh? Okay. I have suffered many a time, and this playthrough would probably be no different. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to probably put a poll up on the main channel page for, like, what you guys would like to see as the next tier list. I'll probably put, like, 3 or 4 of my favorite ideas and then just see which one people are most interested in and go for that one. Titus versus Kimari could be another interesting one for sure. Now, these guys, like, their baseline agility is generally not super high anyway, so even when they're, like, auto-hasted, they're still not too fast. Yeah, no Sphere Grid Nemesis, I was kind of ready to just be, like, another 5 sessions of just trying to fight it over and over again. I was starting to slowly lose hope that I'd get it anytime soon. Yes, kind of sorry not sorry about that one, Dan. It'll be up until basically like fairly late today, and then I'll just revert it back to how it was.
What are you laughing at, old man? Lauren, let's get out of here.
We're expected.
Huh?
Huh?
Give me a break, man.
We had the no RNG penance one, as in the perfect RNG penance. Yeah, that was pretty hardcore. Yeah, slow strike and the spell is useless. In the same way that if you have an auto-haste armor, if an enemy casts like Slowger on you, it has no effect. It would be the same for us. So, this is a fight in which obviously we're going to get hit more than we normally would. Like, look at the turns here. We'll see if we need to heal, or if it actually gets dangerous here. Look at it spin. I guess even even that guy's hasted. Yeah, I think the tank is hasted too. So this is already where it might get a little bit interesting here. Monster C is going to get 2 hits here. Let's try and take it out. I think it was like 3 actions or something before you can start to hit the tanker. Should have upped the speed of the Luca goers too. Yeah, double the speed of all the Blitz players. Yeah, I've tried to make the whole live thing just a kind of a feature of the channel, differentiating between live and live. I'm trying to get everyone to kind of understand the terminology now. Is game over even a thing in this fight? Does the game just carry on for this bit? Have I gotten a game over in this one before? I remember I was testing something.
This could be bad.
I think I got stuck here.
That.
I'm not sure if I get a game
Knock
over.
it down.
Game over is a thing, okay.
Trust me, you'll see.
Basically, I think it was last year or something, I had this idea for a challenge again, because, again, when it comes to challenges, it's endless. You can kind of do anything. And my idea was, what if every stat is a 1, other than HP, for example, just so that you actually can do stuff. And I think I tried this fight with everyone at 1 strength. Like 1 strength, 1 agility, all that stuff, and this fight kind of broke when I tried to do it like that, or something like that. I remember messing around with it for sure. You can game over on the sin scales before Amez. Damn. Yeah, tanker requires you to hit 100 damage at least. Yeah, because I remember I had this this sensor thing on and I was hitting it and the HP just wasn't going down. In my head I was always like, you just hit it 3 times. It doesn't matter how weak it is, it will just, like, it'll break anyway. Turns out that's not the case, so if you have 1 strength, you get kind of locked here. You can't go through. But HP's coming down a little bit. Ah, okay, yeah, didn't know what a save sphere was and basically started the entire... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Definitely could happen. I'm thinking we should be able to still survive here. I'm going to try and get by without healing. The HP... Do you notice the HP of the tanker? It's gone back up. There's definitely some funky weirdness going on with this. So I think maybe it needs over 100 to register a hit. I don't know. Weird. Yeah, the tanker, like, in terms of HP, because obviously you're not supposed to see its HP at this stage. Like, whether or not the tanker gets destroyed, I don't think is dependent on depleting its HP. But you still kind of have to do enough damage.
Go.
Ultimate Companion, guys, has notes about his HP. Let me have a look while this scene plays out. It just says tanker HP doesn't always add up correctly. Yeah, it doesn't have an agility stat. So no one has never overkilled the tanker.
You are sure? This is it.
I'm not sure that you can overkill it, I don't know.
This is your story. It all begins here.
Overkill the tanker speedrun. Yeah, it's a little bit like that challenge with the whole Besaid water flan. Trying to kill it, like try and kill the tutorial one with Titus.
Hey!
Oh damn, the no sphere grid poll is
My old man?
started to shift here. Up to 60%. People want to see the suffering. I don't blame you guys. I am curious about the no sphere grid side, and obviously hearing the Voidlings made some good progress is motivating as well. The live stream, welcome.
I thought about a lot of things.
Good to see you.
Like where I was, what I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy. I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore.
Yeah, that's like a British version of interesting. When we use interesting, it means different things, maybe. This session will be no sphere grid anyway. Who knows, man? Maybe I struggle so much on, like, Tross or something that I need to level up using the piranhas. But I found a new way to Final Fantasy X. Yeah, the ways to Final Fantasy X are infinite. I always say it. Hey.
Hey!
7-year-old Titus was there because that's what he looked like when Jack last saw him. I think so. That's, you kind of see that man, like Jack's kind of manifestation of him. We have a saying that interesting is a little brother of crappy. I think especially if we're going to potentially try and no sphere grid some stuff, we need to make sure we try and pick up chests. And as usual, I probably forget where half of them are. I think chests are one of those things where I'd imagine like speedrunners and stuff, for example, are probably very good at knowing where every single thing is in the game because they run through it so many times back to back. And they know all the locations of stuff. Like, this is just slow. So let's go up this bit first. Have you ever played this game with non-English? Yeah, I actually made a movie version. Way back in the day. The undubbed version of Final Fantasy X. So yeah, I have. I think I've only played through it once like that. Yeah, there's one on the right and one on the left, I believe. Yeah. Be these two. Is Click relatively fast already? We're going to find out. I've got the stats and stuff here. I'll share them with you as we play. Does that have all? It probably doesn't have all of them, honestly. Whatever. Don't remember if that's all of them. Does it appear? It doesn't appear in your queue items though. Okay. Final Fantasy X Albed dub. Yeah, so as some of you might have noticed, I used... this is something that I tried to do because in the Coryphean mod, the Masters mod that I upload on every Friday and that we watch together, you guys don't know how far I've got and how things have gone in that mod. So to kind of keep it a little bit more interesting and spoiler-free, my latest saves were from the Coryphean mod, and so I basically kind of basically I created a few saves to kind of block where I am in the Coryphean mod. Gonna keep things a little more interesting. So that's why you saw a bunch of just saves called Tidus. Like that's a very old save I just rewrote. Yeah, I think that is the highest rank. Hey Tan, welcome to the stream. See you. That cutscene of Sin over Anakin with Auron gets me so hyped. It's a great shot. It's a good scene. Iconic. Isn't this fight potentially really dangerous? You mean against the Sahagins, or you mean... Geosgano can't kill you anyway. Yeah, I mean, Nev could be correct, and that's the thing. If you see like a save that's very close to what's been aired recently, then you can definitely assume that I might be stuck on a certain boss. So I'm just trying my best to kind of shield against a little bit of that. I like to keep you guys in suspense a little bit. Alright, let's see what happens here. These guys are all hasted up, and they're going to get 2 turns each against me. Damn. Kind of feels a little bit weird. I'm so used to hearing the original version. I haven't played with the arranged one in ages. I'm like, wait a minute, this battle theme sounds a bit... what? And I kind of realized. Okay, so let's just see if we can get by without healing here. This already could be a bit problematic. Tidus is going to need to evade a little here. Yeah, I don't know if it's just obviously like I've heard that OG just like for thousands of hours and I'm just like, yeah, okay. I like that one a lot more, but we'll see. Yeah, the copyright issues with the battle theme have kind of vanished for now. I don't know if it can kind of detect if it's the arranged or the original, and then maybe the arranged version has its own copyright. But we'll just do this first session like this, and if when I'm uploading the VODs, so to answer Law's question, as usual, there will be VODs uploaded from these sessions. If I start to encounter those problems again, then I'll have a look. Yeah, I'm just listening to this track for a second as well. Yeah, it's hard for me to love the arranged version. Just, I don't know. Wonder if farming loner mode would be helpful. Maybe. I think for now, for sake of just kind of quote-unquote entertainment, I think I'd rather like refrain from farming stuff. But if it turns out it could be incredibly important, it's one of those things that I guess I could probably just kind of basically hack in, or just kind of have it ready for like a future session or something. I want to try and I try to minimize like farming that I do on stream. It's just not as fun. But yeah, it might be so. But yeah, I think battle themes wise so far, definitely the original is superior. I think Geosgano is like it's 2 hits or something, and then it's automatically the fight's over. I think you get hit twice or something. Or you have to hit it twice or 3 times. It's another one of those scripted fights that you can't lose. Hey Erica, welcome to stream. Good to see you. Imagine with Auto-Haste, he actually catches you.
I had made it out of the frying pan and into the freezer. I thought I was gonna die in this place.
Okay, let's begin. I think Click is the first one where I'm like, this could potentially be interesting. Let's see. A little bit of work to do first. Yeah, I don't have cutscene remover on for this playthrough. I'm just gonna keep it on. It messes with the soundtrack less, and I get to just take a breather now and then. Hang out with the chat.
Need fire.
But yeah, as I say, this mod is literally just purely an auto-haste mod. So anything that you remember from the vanilla game, any chest locations, like any stuff, you can definitely tell me if you think I'm missing something. And we can go through that. It's fine. Now, let me get all the stuff I need first. Like, this track I think is nice. I like this version of it. Yeah, I do like this one. This is the first run where with Una by my side will sound fitting. That is true. It's on brand. This one can't do. I think the old synth sounds in the original make me feel nostalgic. Yeah, it's understandable. Where was this guy? There it is. Yeah, you definitely don't want me to double the music speed. It'll be kind of funny for like 30 seconds and it'll be unbearable. Can you imagine like when you go to Albed home that I'm annoying her in double speed as well? Nah. I'm definitely not doubling the music speed. Thunder Plains, huh? Yeah, there's one right at the bottom. I know. On the way back, I'm gonna... That one's an easy one to miss. I've definitely missed it before. This one here. It's a really sneaky chest. There's the ones in Gagazet that I missed as well. I think the Carithian mod kind of, again, was a bit of a reminder of like how many chests that I've either kind of forgotten completely about or even never known about, I think, in some cases. Especially in a mod like that, like every chest is just valuable. Most remastered soundtracks don't surpass the originals. It must be very hard. I mean... Thunders have water. It's true. Okay. So we're not gonna, as NG Plus suggested, you could, I guess, already start farming for some overdrive modes and that kind of thing, but for now at least we're not gonna get into that game. I think once we have the piranhas available, you can already start to farm for certain things, but we need to get through Click first, so we'll see how this works. Are the balls and birds and chocobo minigame hasted too? I'm pretty sure not. Then I'd just straight up not do them. I'm just very overdrive minded now.
Food.
I think overdrive farming is something I very rarely ever do, honestly. The Masters mod has definitely made me care about overdrives more, but farming them is like a different thing.
Your team lost because of you.
You came to say that?
It's been 10 years.
Shoe pops.
I thought you'd be crying.
Who? Me?
You cried.
Such a little troll. You cried. Have you guys ever fallen asleep like that before? I'm one of these people I can never really fall asleep kind of even sitting down. I kind of need to be lying down always. The position that he was in where he just like dozed off and asleep.
Hey,
I don't know if that even works.
Wait. Don't go out on me.
Like you just fall. You wouldn't be able to balance.
Nah, just hold on. I'll get more wood.
No more withered bouquets available. People can sleep while standing. That's insane. Yeah, I don't know. I admit that I'm a bit weird like that, and it's also like not a good thing. I wish I could sleep more sitting down, like in, wow, like in like car journeys, airplanes, that kind of thing. I can almost not sleep at all. Doesn't matter how tired I am. I cannot sleep when I'm sitting down. Like I know people obviously fall asleep sitting down, like maybe at their desks or like sitting on a couch, that kind of thing. But the way he was sitting, like leant over his knees and stuff, like it feels like, how can you fall asleep like that? Your body would kind of lose balance or something. I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to business here. Immune to sensors unless you have mods. But yes, hasted indeed, and 1500 HP. And you can see the turns are honestly not terrible. So Click has 4 agility, which is definitely not very much. Let me see. At 4 agility, tick speed is 20. Yeah, okay. Yeah, ordinarily, like, it's notably slower than Tidus, but obviously with the Auto-Haste, they match up much better, and it does get more turns. So, let's go. Yeah, the bosses just look so much more aggressive and unhinged. Does Haste double your agility? No, not really. What Haste does, I think it's probably worth talking a little bit about this, honestly, because it's going to become more relevant. The way the game works in terms of the CTB and how your turns come up is that basically it's always like a countdown timer. It's always a countdown to the next move. And if you see like on the top right, the CTB that I'm scrolling through here, based on a number of factors, basically the countdown will change. Great timing for the ad, for God's sake, YouTube. It's like it's doing like some automated stuff at the moment. So yeah, the way it roughly works, it's way too detailed to try and explain everything, but the idea is that basically your agility stat, of course, the faster your agility is, like the higher the number, the smaller the countdown, the quicker your turns are going to come up. But how does haste factor into it? The way that haste factors into it is that it basically slashes your waiting time by a half. So no matter what your agility is, you will take kind of half the amount of time for your move to come up next. And that's kind of, I think, the most simplest way to explain it. But with agility, it's not always the case that if you double it, your turn will come twice as fast. So agility kind of doesn't scale like that. But in terms of agility, basically, for all intents and purposes, you get twice as many turns as you would have if you didn't have agility. If you didn't have haste on. So Click at the moment is basically getting its turns twice as fast as it normally would. But if Click's agility was doubled, just the stat, then it wouldn't be the same effect at the moment, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Yeah, it wouldn't be the same effect. So I think that's the general idea. For now, I think that's kind of enough to know. So let's just attack it and see if we can keep up. See if and when we need to heal. You have to be careful. And then you have mechanics like CTB healing that gets inverted by zombie. Yeah, like that stuff is just very like high level niche stuff, but it gets deep. How did the first fights in Xanacan go? They were fine. Honestly, they didn't really play out much differently to what you'd normally see. I'm going to defend here. I'm trying to not get hit twice in a row, but he's kind of, there you go. Got one turn back. Nice, well evaded. So obviously a little bit of RNG is going to help here if Tidus gets a few evades in, or maybe some crits. It'll be a bit quicker. So we're trying to see if I can avoid like 2 hits in a row. Well, evaded again. Are you going to have summons in this mod? For now at least, probably not, but we'll see. So I think I am going to heal here. At least this is kind of charging up my overdrive. We do have quite a lot of potions. They really don't want you to die this early in the game. So at the very least, we'll be able to use an overdrive. But I did say the very early game, I think, is already going to be a bit of a spike. So some good evasion from Tidus there. There you go, see, dangerous. Down to 35 HP. Even against Click. Okay. How much damage did we need to do before this phase kind of ends? Below 750. Okay. So I think we need a couple more hits. Let's do that. 813. One more hit. I don't remember if our HP resets after that. So just in case it doesn't. Like, these are fights obviously I never normally play in this way. So we'll see how it goes. Right. This hit. Now Riku can enter the fray. Hey Alistair, welcome to the stream. Glad you're liking the mod premise. We will see how it's all going to play out together. No reset HP. That's why I decided to heal first, just in case. Give myself a little more headroom. Hi Chris, welcome to the stream. Once again, slow is basically unusable in this mod. When an enemy has auto-haste, you can't slow it down. So slow is, for all intents and purposes, not going to be used.
You on my side? Cool.
And yes, the HP remains the same, and it did get the first turn, so dangerous. Okay, let's use that grenade. You can use it on yourself. Okay, sorry, yeah, I forgot, of course. In the auto-haste mod, using slow on yourself. Magic urn being hasted. True. Just use the second one. See if Riku takes the hit here. Nice. I'll hold on to my overdrive if I can. Mod should be auto-hasted enemies, auto-slow your team. Yeah, like my gut reaction to that was that for the earliest part of the game, it just felt like that would be a step too far. Like, we don't even know how this is going to work yet. So I kind of didn't want to jump like too many stages, you know? Okay. Wonder if it's... Nah, Riku wouldn't do enough damage, so let's just make sure here. Maybe next time, yeah, who knows. We'll see how this one goes, and then maybe the next one will do that. There's just so many things you could do. You could have things like, I don't know, you have permanent zombie status, you have permanent poison status. Like, you can... There's almost no limit to what you can do. So after this, we'll need one more hit. Creeping is screaming in the background, yeah. So there we go, managed to handle Click. And I think that's due in part to Riku's usability being fast as well. That definitely helps us. It's a rank 2 move, so you get your turn a bit more quickly. Are you expecting to hit any walls that require lots of grinding? I think if I allow myself to just level up normally, probably not. As long as I'm kind of stealing like along the way and just kind of doing what I need to do, then probably fine. But if you're trying to do a more kind of hardcore thing, like you're trying to know sphere grid and that kind of stuff, then yeah, like I'm pretty sure you're going to need to do some grinds to have a chance.
Hey, let me go.
Fed!
I mean, there's no fiends that really look like that. Come on.
Ifan Patrick, Fapuneket Fadrik.
I guess maybe
Kuno.
the outfit. Yeah, I was gonna say it's his outfit, but then I'm like, look at the Albert. It's like they can hardly talk. It kind of would have been interesting if they said like an unsent. Shall we kill it? That could be an interesting way of looking at it, because obviously like it wouldn't really spoil anything. You wouldn't really know what an unsent is at that stage. It would be kind of, I think it might have even been better actually. How does playing with enemies having Auto-Haste not fill you with a lot of anxiety? I think having a few thousand hours in the game probably helps. You know, it gives you some level of like general comfort playing the game. And it's like, because it's just something where I don't know what to expect. It's just like, you have auto saves, you can reload quickly. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's true, Joker. It wouldn't be translated at the time either.
Right, whatever.
But yeah, the second time around, it might make it more interesting to know that they were saying unsent instead of fiend. I don't know.
I said I don't understand.
Fed! He said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
You understand me? All right, I'll work.
Okay, so let's get a save in here. Right. Right now you can examine the crane. Let's do that. Ned us with the elbow on sides.
What's this? Some kind of crane? All right. You don't have to shout.
Yeah, I mean, if even I'm rage quitting in Final Fantasy X, it was probably deserved. Like the Albed, what was it? Was it the Albed Sykes, the trolling Blitzball episode? Stuff like that. It's worth it. Okay, so for now, the poll does say 62% no sphere grid. It's not something we're going to like really commit hard to, but for now at least we'll just kind of hang out in no sphere grid for a little bit and just kind of see how it goes. And when we basically start to hit a wall where things start to look really annoying and difficult. So we'll see. So what was the deal here? This was like, we're going to have this tutorial first.
Oh, almost for...
The Rage Quit Riku Overdrive. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay. Honestly, my gut reaction was, did I Rage Quit during the P-Birdman mod at all? But okay. Makes more sense now. Okay. Yeah, that was mean. P-Birdman did have some iconic touches. Of course, I'm playing and loving the Caribbean mod right now, the Masters mod, but definitely got a lot of love for the P-Birdman mod, and it's nostalgic for me as well. I did rage, but no quit. Fair enough. Maybe it depends what you watch. I don't know if you've seen like me play stuff a bit more like Bloodborne or Elden Ring and that kind of thing. I think turn-based rage is never quite as bad, you know? When it's real time, maybe it's worse. I don't know. I'm still thinking one of the things I raged at the most playing Final Fantasy ever, I think it was maybe the clock puzzles. Was it 13.2 that had the clock puzzles? I think it drove me insane. Like, something about them, like, just something wasn't working with them. and it just drove me nuts. I don't think it was one of those things. I don't think it even made it into the recording. I think I stopped commentating or something, and it just drove me insane. And I forgot like what happened with it in the end, but I just remember, like, I think it might have been one of the only times ever I smacked my controller on the table. This was like maybe 8 years ago, something like that. I was still in Istanbul recording that series, I think. Absolutely drove me crazy. Just something about that just wasn't working. I was just like, what the hell? Yeah, so I think that was actually like legitimate rage where it actually manifested in me like smacking something. I think that's probably one of the only times it ever happened, ever, playing Final Fantasy, so that's kind of funny.
We found some ancient ruins right beneath us. It's not active now, but there should still be some power left. We're gonna go down there and activate it. And then we should be able to salvage the big prize.